Hi, I'm Frank, and I cannot wait until Smash. It's 6 days as I'm recording this today, and it's just I can't wait. Like it is insane. Uh uh so uh since it's going to be 5 days until the day of the midnight launch. Well, technically the day before, if you because technically midnight's the start of the next day. Anyway, I'm going to be mainly talking about my experiences with Smash Brothers as a whole, as Ultimate is the ultimate callback to all the previous Smash games. So, yeah, something I just want to do for like the 4 days because there's four major Smash titles. Technically five if you count 3DS and Wii U be different, but to me they're both the same game, just two major versions of it. Uh, so when it comes to Smash 64, the very first one, which I do have memories of, despite being like I think all of 2 years old when it came out, I rented that one a lot as a kid. I never owned the original Smash Brothers. Even when the Wii came around, I wasn't allowed to purchase things online, and that included the Nintendo Wii Shop channel, and so I never owned the original Smash. I only had memories of it being primarily the game I rented along with the original Paper Mario. And that was like a lot of memories for me. Uh, I mainly played that one alone a few times with my sister, but mainly primarily alone, just going through the arcade mode, classic mode essentially, of the game over and over and over again, and just messing around with items in the training mode. Uh, I will always play as Mario, occasionally Kirby and Pikachu. I started to play as Link a little bit towards the end, but I wasn't too much into the Zelda series. In fact, I think that was my first exposure to the Zelda series was Link in Smash. Believe it or not, I was primarily just a Mario kid, and I only really watched Pokemon through the anime in America. Uh, it wasn't until Emerald is when I actually started to uh, play the actual Pokemon games, aside from Stadium and Snap, which were two other games I would occasionally rent as well or played at my grandmother's slash my cousin's place. So when it came to a lot of the memories of Smash 64, it was really limited to a certain part of my life. Uh, of course, I have seen a lot more about Smash 64 now. It's probably like one of the most busted games in the series and has so much silly stuff. I recommend watching the Hue video of the Smash series is broken. Melee's broken 2, Brawl's broken, and 64's broken. Those are great videos, and they're just like fun to watch to see all the crazy, stupid mechanics that make you go, yeah, somehow this is a competitive fighter. Somehow it is, despite all this weird stuff. But yeah, uh, how I typically played the game on the original arcade mode was that I played as Mario on the easiest difficulty with all five stocks, and I would still only make it to the end half the time. I was really bad at video games when I was younger. So when it came to a lot of the things I just do as Mario was up B, down B, and back throw. That's the only three things I did. I thought normal moves didn't do a lot of damage, that I couldn't do much with them. Uh, I didn't know how to do smash attacks. I didn't know smash attacks were a thing until Melee. I didn't know how to use how to activate CPU players in versus mode, and I did not realize that was a thing till like halfway through my playtime with Melee. So yeah, that was the thing. So I was pretty much excluded to training, the single player mode, and occasionally when I get to play with my sister or occasionally my cousin. Uh, so yeah, that's probably like some of the most single player time I've played with the game. And yeah, uh, it's just a lot of things about that game just like makes me just feel really calm about it. And I especially love how the competitive community came around with Smash 64. It's a lot less toxic. It's probably like the least toxic competitive scene for Smash 60 for any Smash game. Uh, at least from my experience, it's the most chill. It's the most like laid back and fun. Everyone knows that this game is just completely silly, and even if the matchups get kind of stale, I don't mind that as much because there's only 12 characters in the game. So yeah, of course, there's gonna be a lot of samey matchups, but everyone is technically viable because everyone has some crazy weird combo and stuff. Uh, Probably one of my favorite stages from the game is Peach's Castle 64, or what was just known as Peach's Castle back then. That and Corneria were like my two favorite stages. I really like the Zelda Temple stage, but more so due my nostalgia for it being always the first stage I can guarantee beat every time. Because I just would like always go to the right, throw Link off, and stuff like that, upbeat him constantly until he died at like 200. So it really surprised me when I first saw competitive Smash how people can kill each other like below 100%. I'm like, how's that even possible? Like, they must be using cheat codes or something because like that's insane. You can only kill people at like 150 minimum or 200% because stale moves. But yeah, it was just like it was honestly my first Smash game. I was the worst at it. My favorite items were Pokeballs and the Beam Sword. Uh, because I just thought the beam sword was just kind of cool. How it's like this teeny little thing, if I remember correctly, and then when you picked it up, it was like really long. Or was it melee? I get my wires crossed maybe, but I just really like that weapon. I like anything that exploded, and I really liked the mushroom one. Wait, no, mushrooms were in. Wait, were mushrooms in 64? You know what? Now that I think about, I don't think mushrooms were in 64. I actually don't remember. My mind's like completely blanking on it. Like I said, I never owned the game officially. Uh, but yeah, uh, that's been in 64 was actually the first introduction to a lot of game series for me. Pretty much aside from Pokemon and Mario, it was the first time I was introduced to Star Fox. First time I was introduced to Metroid, Zelda, F Zero. Uh, Earthbound. Those were essentially the first times I actually got introduced to those things. Uh, I think it was also the first time I associated DK with Mario at any point. Because the only time I ever saw DK was the Donkey Kong Country series, and I didn't know about the original Donkey Kong arcade game or anything like that since I was really young. I always just like, yeah, that's I think I always thought DK was a separate series until Mario versus Donkey Kong, which was the first. No, the Mario Party games. Until I started playing the Mario Party games, because I know that was. I played Smash before those. So yeah, until the Mario Party games, I never associated DK with Mario. Smash, I think was also my first introduction to DK because my first Mario game was Super Mario World, which didn't have DK. By then, Mario and DK were kind of separate entities. Uh, Plus, with him having his own symbol, kind of also made me think of that as well. So that's the thing. Yeah. Uh, in general, like Smash 64 will always have like a small little special place in my heart, and I kind of hope this is just a cross my fingers thing. As DLC, I would totally pay money for this. We get to use the N64 models for the original 12. That would be amazing. And they can only do their 64 taunt, which I think will be just fantastic. I would love that. I would absolutely love that. Uh, yeah. And that's all I can really say for now. Aside from me just spamming the same moves with the same characters all the time, Pikachu, thundering and stuff like that. Uh, yeah, that's pretty much a lot of my memories from then. I could talk about more things I like by the community now, like I did a little bit before, but in general, just this is just primarily like a game that I would like to own again for the first or own for the first time because I only ever rented it. I played it on emulator a few times, but yeah, that's just my main memories with it. Is all this time I rented it as a kid. I always would get sad when we had to return it because it was one of my favorite 64 games. 64 didn't have a lot of games to its name, but the games that it did have that were really fun, I really liked. So, yeah. Anyway, that's enough for this video. See you later.